this little time where we can laugh. I'm coming to you raw and real, Joanne Turner, and also known as Witness Wonders, because I have witnessed so many wonders of God's love and of His wrath, um, and of His restoration, of so much, most of all of His love. And it hasn't all been down in the valley, and it hasn't all been on the mountaintop. I have learned so much through my years of living and here on the earth amongst the beloved children of God. And relationships are really big to me and for me. Um, and once I spot something that I know that is not favorable for me, the best thing I know is to dismiss myself, put up that one finger and tip. Or if you feel any type of pressure that's pushing you out or that's pushing you, hey, don't fight it. You know, God is trying to show you something. If you just listen to those signs and those cues, um, it'll behoove you to do what God is showing you to do. Just because someone has gray hair doesn't mean that they're wise. Just or they make wise choices. Just because someone is older don't mean that they wise and that they make wise choices. It's about what they do with their life, correct? And we know that betrayal and hurting others or trying to diminish others is not something that God does. God gives each one of his children their own light, just as many stars as in the sky. That's how many children God has. There's so many that we cannot count them stars up in the sky, correct? Correct. I believe so. I never known a person that can count all the stars that's in the sky. And God has so many children that we can't even count them. And we can't say which one God has chose to be his child or not. But we should always treat people with love, because that's who our Father is of love. And if you're trying to hurt someone or take something from someone or diminish someone, we know who that person's father is. And it's not a loving God, our loving Father. And it's just so amazing to be able to be a mom and to birth children into this world and to be able to love on them and them love us back. The first words that come out of our mouths is mama or dada, and it's so amazing to be able to nurture children into this world or to even just have a family, and it's beautiful. We don't have all the answers in life, but we know who do. And if we follow him, we'll be all right. Some days we may be alone because of people we choose to put in our life and who don't always know what love looked like, never was shown love themselves, didn't grow up in a house with love. Their love was one of violence and of war and of fighting and of betrayal after betrayal after betrayal for someone that you say that you love. You cannot love someone and betray them at the same time. That's not love. That's not love. And if we have been betrayed, as many of us have, God knows, and He will restore our hearts that the other people that come that want to take our light away from us and want to tear us down and want to take away from us, they cannot allow us to bloom in the way that God has for us. And we have family, we start families with these entities that want to take away from us. But when it's the right time, God will make things happen. It's not always in our time, but thanks be unto God, I have so many amazing blessings. And one of them is I was told I would never have any children. And praise be unto God, I have three beautiful children. And from them three beautiful children, I have five grandchildren. And I am just so elated. No, 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 no. They don't have a grandfather because their grandfather don't know, or their granddads don't know how to really be loved or been shown that love. They don't know how to be in a room with a woman that knows how to carry her own weight, or they don't know what it is like for a woman to love God and also love them, and they're not even following God. How can I follow a man that's not going to follow God? If I look back from where we come from, I will be the one to turn into a pillar of salt. I'm not looking back. I want to go forward. And as we continue to grow in years together, we ought to grow together, not apart. When you see someone bloom, you ought to be able to nurture and water that. That's a part of what love really is, not for you to tear the petals off the rose and kill that rose before it even become a full big bloom on its own. And as it's blooming, you're steady tearing petals off, to kill that person, or you're putting that a glass or a top over that rose before you're letting that rose bud. And we got to be careful about getting with people, putting people in our space that don't want to see us bloom. It's enough air in this earth for us all to bloom together. But you have to do it with love, not tearing off my petals, or me not tearing off your petals. It's enough room, sun, for us both to shine, for us both to eat. One don't have to outdo the other. Y'all looking at this word up here? Right. Right. It's enough to make you want to laugh, because nowadays that's what it always seemed like. I'm gonna get you before you get me. What is that? I'm gonna get you before you get me. Sometimes you can see the red flags on the wall, but we ignore them red flags because we've been in that situation for so long, right? We done already start to till that ground and plant our seeds and have babies and everything. And once we do, sometimes one plant don't want to allow you to shine your best. They try to tear your petals off. But it's okay, because God said that He would do the separating. He allowed us to grow together for the years that we did, and then God did the separation. And that's not what I wanted, but that's what happened. I thought because he was 7 years older than me, I was fresh out of high school. I was 21 when I said yes. I did not know everything that I was going to have to go through to get to where I am today. But here am I. There's a lot of things that I wouldn't let continue, what has been continuing for generations. No, I'm not that one. Why don't we change what's been happening for generations and bring our children up so our children can really see what real love is and what strength is? Not tyranny. Just because your father wasn't there or my mother wasn't there, whether it was emotionally or physically, don't mean that we have to show our children that. Why don't we show them something healthy? And Not everybody is on that type of hype, right? I get it. I get it. Wow. But just imagine how strong we would be as people in our families would be if we was like that. But we have to guard our hearts and our minds of what we allow in, right? And what we're putting out. Everybody can't hold the rose so softly. Or just imagine when you blow a bubble, how soft you blow with a little bit of force to get that bubble out. But then when you try to hold it in your hand, what happens? It pops. But if you have a little bit of extra water on your hands and you catch that bubble is going to bounce. Try it. I have tried it before. And I just thank God for what in that bouncing and becoming what I have become to be. I'm not angry at none of the choices. I don't regret anything that I have done, and we shouldn't, because those are learning times and curves that we're going to go through as we go through relationships. And as you learn to go through those relationships, just don't keep repeating and don't keep ignoring the red flags. When you see the first red flag, hey, check it. Sometimes people don't want you to check them, on that's what they, oh, you tripping. No, well, guess what? If I'm the one always tripping off of your red flags and your and all that stuff and you huffing and puffing, I don't need all that. We don't need all that. How about that? We don't need all that. Not I, but we don't need all that in a loving environment. That's not one of love, environment of hostility. That's not what we don't need that. That's not a part of love. And especially one that you can come back from, because if one is carrying that type of aggression and want to suck your air out, your good energy, your good, babe, we could be kissing right now. God, why are you doing this? We could be cupcaking right now. Why you huffing and puffing? Oh, because you had to cook dinner. Well, I gave the kids a bath. But I ain't got no kids. I'm just saying. I'm just saying while I'm doing something else. I could be putting dinner away. Or I can be just doing something else. We can always talk. Going into this next phase of life right now feels amazing. Do I know everything? No, I don't. But I'm praying and asking God to lead and guide me by the strength of the Holy Spirit, and we go from there. It's not what men say, it's what God says, right? I'm just asking because that's how we living over here. It's what God says. We got to be on one accord with each other, that's all I'm saying. I'm home on my soapbox, y'all, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. A sister girl, I have a lot that I could say that I have seen. God's wonders are just so amazing how he would allow you to live. I never thought that I would be divorced after 25 years. After 25 years, I thought that we was in it for the long haul. But I noticed as like he would tell me like he would want to show me how to change the oil in my car. And I'm like, no, or he would want me to cut the grass. And I'm like, no, I don't want to cut the grass. As long as I'm married or I have a son or there's a Juan around or somebody like that, I can get somebody to cut my grass. There should be somebody else cutting grass, not me. I belong in the house cooking. And so, but he was priming me, to do things on my own, teach me how to change a tire. I will call AAA at this point. I'm not going to be changing a tire. Why are you showing me all this? If I have a husband and a son, that's what they're there for, right? Am I wrong? I wear nails. What I look like changing a tire? Changing the oil in my car? Pushing a lawnmower? I don't see it. I don't see it. But anyhow, am I wrong? This is the part where we can all laugh. Am I wrong because I don't want to push a lawnmower or change the oil in my car or change a tire? Now we have AAA, a roadside assistance, and I have a husband and I have a son, and there's so many other males on this earth. But that was a red flag. I should have checked that, but I didn't because I was young. I was 7 years younger. So he tried to get me in a loop. And for some years he did, because I thought I would never, ever be in this position again. What? Let's laugh. But here am I. And so, and then on top of that, I have 3 grandbabies. That's girls, and 2 daughters. So I have to live in such a way because I am teaching them how they should walk and what they should accept and what they shouldn't accept. I guess, am I doing a good job? I tried. Let's laugh. I tried, but I was looking for love. I did it with the right intentions. My heart was there. Everything was pure, but it just didn't. I was not going to be married and live like the world. I just couldn't do it. I just could not do it. Either we was going to do it for real or we wasn't going to do it at all. That's just me. That's what I have learned. Not what I was taught, but what I have learned. And I wanted to just be me for you and you for me. And that's it. We don't have no outside or no other chaos in our union other than God. That's what I want my grandchildren to see. That's what I want my daughters to see. But if they're not being treated right, if their petals are being picked off, honey, if he's putting a glass over you and not allowing you to bloom and expand, it's okay. Mom is there with you. I love you. I want you to love yourself, and I want you to be able to be healed. My daughter wanted me to be mom on Mother's Day. Okay, here I am. I feel good, and I thank the Lord. God has done some beautiful things for me. And trust me, that it ain't no laughing joke about the things that He has done for me. God is a good God. And I know that He will be good to you as well if you decide to trust Him and live like Him and live in His principles, within His guidelines. You have it within you to do it. And it's not no laughing matter. What He does for one, He would also do for you. He's no respecter of persons. If He does it for one person, I know that He would do it for another. And He would even do it at a greater magnitude than what He even done for the one. I pray that you be blessed and that you have had a wonderful, wonderful Mother's Day. I have had a wonderful, wonderful Mother's Day. And I am not letting anyone snuff out my light or my joy or just what God has put into me, because this is me, you know. And I know it's okay to not always have to do so things so quickly. Learn to take your time. If a ghost, what would you hunt? I don't know what that means. If a ghost, what would you hunt? I'm not sure. That's something to laugh at because that's something I can't answer. But anywho, um, I don't know. I am so happy. I thank the Lord for what He's doing. I don't even think of things like that. I need some music on right now. That's what I feel like. I need some music on, and just to enjoy myself. I don't have to. If I thank the Lord for allowing to let me live and have breath in my body, because some people are not living. I lost my best friend at an early age. Oh, y'all, I was trying to set my alarm, and I set so many different alarms this morning. It was, oh gosh, I gotta think of. Okay. Okay. I have to turn my alarm off. Sorry, you guys. I apologize about that. But yeah, I said it this morning. I was up early this morning. I did a workout. I was loving on myself. I was feeling good. My kids know that when I wake up in the morning, I love to see roses. I love to see cards. I love right when I wake up in the morning, I love to see that. And they gave it to my gifts the day before. So I was able to have the roses and the cards to look at right when I woke up this morning. And so I got up and the sun was shining and stuff like that. And I felt good. I did a workout, y'all. It's even though it was a chair workout, I still do it. Oh, get this. Oh, it was cool. It was way cool. And trust me, yes, it did get me pumped. It got me loving myself. I don't know what was this girl name, but it was the song I'm a Star. Oh, I was like, and so I just felt like the whole day has been my day. Have felt like that. And I was just so elated in what God was doing for me, from the music that I woke up first thing in the morning to the end of the day, where my children, they cooked for me. We sat at the pool. We had our feet in there and everything, and me and my granddaughters. And it was beautiful. And they cooked, and I got food. Was able to bring food home and leave food there. Oh my God, it was so nice. So I had a beautiful day. And that's what I just thank the Lord for everything, the highs and the lows. Honey, 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 honey. Because some people didn't get a chance to make it to see their Mother's Day for whatever reason. And some people are not able to see their children, or their children refuse to call them because of the trauma and the drama. You can't call mama without having all the drama when you call your mama. And then I don't know. I don't know how to feel, you guys, other than from what my kids have given me and shown me. I'm so elated and I'm so thankful for that. And I thank the Lord just for another Mother's Day, and it being as beautiful as it is. You guys, see, I get so excited off the little things. It don't even have to be a lot, because God already just just blew my mind with everything. I mean, He just has blown my mind. Let me tell, honey, I may be. It looked like that I'm alone, but trust me, I know I'm not alone. I know me alone. I'm We ain't even gonna get to talking because my brother Raymond, he was a beast. And I know if he was a beast when he was here, just imagine on the other side how he a beast for me. That's all I'm saying. That's all. God has to do things, um, that we know not of. And we just have to trust him that it's in our best interest. Our earthly people cannot be in multiple places at once, but God can be everywhere at once. And so sometimes he would take things away from us or allow people to cross over, and we have to walk this earth where it look like we're alone, but they're fighting for us. They're warring for us. They're helping us to get to where we need to get to the next. That's when you have children. I My thing was each generation is supposed to get better and better than a generation that come after them. You ought to get better and stronger, better and better. But what if they're doing the same things? You didn't know your father, so my grandkids will never know their grandfather and their grandmother together because you didn't know there was a breakdown from what you've seen when you want to make it better. But am I pushing too hard because I want to show them something different? Is it that good on the outside? Because the inside pushes you to be something greater or have to show something on a different scale that you're not able to grasp because it's a whole unit. You don't know what wholeness look like. You know what brokenness look like, so you continue to make that same type of decision of what you had seen perpetuated in generations before you. Aren't we supposed to be getting better? This is nothing to laugh at. I'm sorry. At this time, that's not a question really to laugh at. Um, but we're gonna keep this light because I'm just now getting home, so it's time for Sister Girl to go wipe everything off and take a shower, wrap my hair up, and get comfy. I hope Uncle Steve is on because I would love to watch a little bit of the feud right now and laugh at while I lay in bed. But I wish everyone a beautiful and happy Mother's Day of 2026. And may the Lord allow you to feel some of his love on today. And whether you have your mom, your grandmother, a aunt, or a sister that's raising someone else's children, I love you. God loves you. And be blessed. I'll see you again. Bye bye.